Good morning, everyone. Please hit that like button as you guys come in. Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. So happy Monday. I hope you guys had a fantastic weekend and I hope everything is well. Today we have lots to talk about. As you guys know, Real Housewives of Potomac has been heating up with the reunion, with some of the clips that have come out about Wendy and Eddie's arrest. We are going to get into all of that. All I ask is that you hit that like button, and also let me know what you think in the comment section or in the chat. Um, and yes, that is it. That is all. And if there's any polls, or if there are any polls up, please complete the poll and engage. All right, let's get into it, everybody. Let me start with the Wendy and Eddie of it all. So let me share my screen. And of course, as always, this is YouTube, so I have to keep pausing to discuss. So if you want a commentary or if you want to watch the clips without any commentary from me, then you're not in the right place. All right, let's go. Okay, let me just increase the volume on my. Oof. That's definitely a very hard scene. Although, can I be honest? I don't think they are being completely authentic in this scene. But then again, I understand them not doing that because they're not going to say anything that will implicate them in court, and they shouldn't, right? A lawyer would tell you, please make sure you don't say anything, don't admit anything, because anything you say can and will be used against you in court. Okay, so you don't even want to allude to having anything to do with anything. You want to keep it on the up and up. And so I will not be surprised if that is why it is being navigated like this. I know for us it just seems a very like pretentious, like, what is this, honey? Like, what is the truth? But at the same time, it's just like, if you think about it, as if you had legal representation, your legal representative will be telling you, don't you dare claim that you are guilty, because they have to do is play that clip in front of the jury, and then you're practically busted, right? This is words out of your own mouth. And so I just think that that's probably why they're doing it in this way. It's not going to be an authentic scene. The bit that I really felt from both parties was the pain for their children, and I think that that definitely is correct. Let's see what the people are saying in the chat. Can Wendy ever just be real and authentic for a second? Why she sounded like she just got out of an operating room with some major surgery done. When people do ish and get caught, they put in their softest voice and act all shocked. Why is she talking like that? It's weird AF. Of course it is. This person said, so when Wendy said never in my wildest dream, I think it will lead to us being taken away in handcuffs. Sounds like they knew exactly what they were doing, but just didn't expect to get caught. Sounds suspect to me. Okay. Someone says talking in whispering voice won't save you. Eek. The fact that she was spending so frivolously, oh my gosh, frivolously this season makes her case so much worse. It is. She's performing like she said Karen performed. Yes, but that's the thing. She gotta act, guys. She cannot be out here say nothing. She got to act. Girl, tone down the drama next time. You've been to jail and back. Your mugshot said you were partying. I don't know what you're talking about. Someone said, is she high? Here is the thing, guys. I know it's not authentic. I agree that it's not authentic. But at the same time, for protection of her legal case, especially if she doesn't know if they're going to be able to argue to push the evidence out, she is going to act like she does not know nothing about nothing, which is exactly what she's doing here. But let me know what you all think in the chat. And let's move on to some of the people talking about Wendy. So I think it's quite interesting that Wendy is basically confronting Ashley about what she said about her being locked up, right? So Wendy believes Ashley has a vendetta against her. So let's listen. Okay, so Gizelle looks confused. Kiana is moving around like she knows something. So I'm gonna need the people to talk. Speak up. What y'all know?
I'm one of the only people that did not do that.
Do you guys believe that Ashley has a hidden vendetta against Wendy? I personally think Ashley has never liked Wendy. I think it's also the same situation as um, Ashley not liking Wendy. But I also think it's the same situation as Gizelle not necessarily liking Wendy, right? Let's be honest. Gizelle also makes jokes whenever she can. Gizelle also does not like Wendy. I think none of them really like Wendy. Let's be completely honest, right? I think it's always been that. So I will not be surprised if Ashley was plotting and scheming. And if I'm not being complete, if I'm not wrong, and I want you guys to correct me in the comments, if I'm not wrong, Ashley was saying that something about they been knowing. It's almost like giving the impression that Wendy has and Eddie have been allegedly known to do weird ish, right? So if you're saying stuff like that, then then this is beyond you just laughing and making jokes and not understanding the severity. This is you standing, and you might as well stand 10 toes in it if that's how you feel. Stand 10 toes in it and speak your speech. Let the people know how you feel. So her trying to be like, oh yeah, I ain't got no, that ain't the truth, Ashley, in my opinion. But you guys let me know. Do you guys think that Ashley has a hidden vendetta against Wendy? I personally think Ashley does not like Wendy. Think about the Ashley, Wendy, Neka situation. Ashley was out here bringing the whole Osu thing, which I thought was absolutely barbaric. And there is no reason for that to be talked about, right? Like, there's no need for all of that. And so when you think about it in that way, it's like, girl, we can't even trust that you do not have something to do with Wendy or with Wendy's issues. But at the same time, you're on a show, the people will talk about it. It is what it is. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But let me know what you all think in the chat. I do want to show you guys Wendy basically explaining the events that led up to her arrest. And let's get into it. Watch.
You're facing 16 counts of alleged fraud. What can you tell us about what's happening in the case?
There ain't nothing she can say. Andy, she ain't gonna say ish, but let's see how she handles this. Guys, please hit that like button if you haven't already.
Well, I can say the investigation's still ongoing.
Of course. That is all people can say, honey. People are not going to comment as to whether or not they did ish. I think everybody needs to know by this stage that, of course,
Okay.
Yes, he was. Now, you all know we talked about how Eddie looked high as a kite. He did look high as a kite. We're talking about him getting happy on his own supply. Sounds like we were right, because now Wendy is letting us know that, yes, he was basically high as a kite.
But he had not popped the happy Eddie. Eddie was actually asleep in his little cell.
So apparently she's now saying that Eddie was also asleep. So I guess everybody was asleep. Y'all were in your regular naps? Giselle looks confused.
They tapped him and said, come take your picture. And that's
So
what
he
Eddie
looked
did.
a little off.
Looks like Angel is not believing it, because Angel's look away to the side is given, we do not believe you, honey.
That was the speculation, and it was.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you all believe that Eddie did not pop a happy Eddie? Do you guys think that Eddie was just out here just sleeping and casually, and they woke him up to take a picture, and so that's why he looks high as a kite? Like, y'all let me know, please, because sounds like she's trying to let us know they were not high on their own supply, okay? But let me know what y'all think. Let's see what the people are saying. Someone said, I want y'all to have the same energy y'all had for Karen. Well, Karen did something that could have killed, unalived somebody, okay? Gosh, Kiana is such a hater. Yes, she is. Giselle's actually been a good friend to Wendy by chiming in the wig joke to reduce the tension. Yes, but I don't necessarily think it was her trying to be a good friend. I just think that She felt like the place was getting a little bit too hectic and stuff, and she wanted to bring more light to the situation. So I think that really helped. I'm really hurt that Wendy and her husband put themselves in this situation, as smart as Wendy is and how vocal she is about her degrees, justice, and all the political stuff, to now have to fight the justice system who wants to embarrass, humiliate her and her family. I feel sorry for the children. Yes, exactly. Yep, I definitely agree. At least she spoke about what happened. She could have left the nosy people wondering. I applaud Wendy for showing up to the reunion. I respect how she chose to handle it with the kids. Parents often like to shield their kids, but being lied to just adds to the trauma. Yes, I agree. I definitely think that it is better for her to address it with the children instead of the children having to constantly see it. I think if you address it with the children, you can shield them a little bit, and have the message come from you. And if you want to take accountability for what was done, you can have that conversation. And this is why you should never do what we've done, because we've had a stellar reputation all these years. We made one mistake and now this is what's happening, right? So depends on how they choose to have the conversation, but that's definitely something that they could explore. So I think them actually being honest with their children is the best way to go. What is up with Kiana twisting and turning every time Wendy speaks about her children? Stay in your. Ooh, okay. I'm not going to read that, but I definitely don't think she is being empathetic when it comes to the children. And it's like, okay, nobody's saying like be sweet, be this, be that. But at the very least, when they're talking about children, don't look so pressed, because this ain't got nothing to do with you as a child, right? So just mind your business. That's what I would say. So there's also another clip of Wendy talking about how much time she spends there. So let me just show y'all.
Night in jail?
I did.
You spent a full night?
Yeah.
Stacey looks like, oh my God, you spent a full night in jail?
Yes.
What was that?
Everybody looked so. Giselle said she's talking about it. People deal with things very differently. And I think the people may not realize that Wendy has been obsessed with image since she was younger. I feel like growing up with a mom like that, I suspect that she had to be a certain way all the time. And so I definitely think that what we are getting from her is who she has had to be, right? So most people would be a little bit more open, honest, would give us a little bit more, I don't know what to say, energy, a little bit more energy, a little bit more clarity, a little bit more transparency. With Wendy, she is going to play it down because that's who she has had to be all these years. I don't even know whether she knows that this is what she does. I think sometimes if you do something long enough, it gets to the point where you don't even realize that you do it. It's just what you do. And so it's just the people around you that then pull it up and then say, like, oh, wow, this is what you do.
Tulips, like, are you
Off. Did you spend the night?
tulips? Like, are you okay? Are you?
No.
And I'm glad she said no, because there's no way all of this can be happening and you will be okay. There is no chance. No way. No way that is happening, right? And so I do appreciate her being like, okay, she's not okay, because there's no way you're going to be okay. Um, but I also think Wendy's the kind of person who has grown up, who has had to be perfect. So even in the way she articulates things, she communicates it in a way in which it sounds like it's not, she sounds far removed from whatever it is that is happening. It's almost like something happened to her. It's almost like you take that person out of the situation and she's so far removed. And the way she talks about it as just like a casual thing that happened, when in reality, she may have been there over there crying while she was dealing with this.
I'm not okay, but I will be okay.
Angel's facial expression. Angel definitely also does not like Wendy. And Angel, this outfit ain't it. Like, it looks like your boobs are about to fall off.
Are you terrified? You know,
Yep, she definitely is terrified. But at the same time, if she decides not to hold on to something, she is going to fall apart. That is what she's not saying that I am hearing, right? She's not saying it, but that is what I am seeing coming across. It's coming across as if I don't take a step back, if I don't decide that, okay, if I don't feel a little bit far removed from it, then I will just break down.
My number one fear in life is going to jail. It is literally the most
Look at how Wendy looks at Gizelle, like, see your friend. Look at your friend.
terrifying thing to me. And so to
Look at Stacey looking at her like, what the hell?
be in a group now where two ladies that I
Look at Kiana.
know have been to jail, it feels like a little terrifying to me.
Like, sis, who is talking about you right now? This is the thing, Ashley. This is why the people do not like you. This lady done said she is not okay. She's terrified. And you did not have any words of positivity towards her, words of hope. Instead, your words is how you are terrified of going to jail because other people have now had to go to jail. Like, girl, are you okay? That's therefore giving like a self-absorbed person, because what are we saying? What are you saying? That is not the time. Have you ever had friends who never know the right time to say something? They always find the worst possible time to say what is on their mind. Like, honey, we ain't talking about you right now. Like, what are you saying? Look at Wendy's face. Wendy's just like, what is wrong with this girl? Even look at Gizelle. Giselle's just thinking like, are you okay? Now is not the time, friend.
Move on, and we're gonna talk some more a little bit later. I'm sorry to say about this.
That's fine.
Tulips.
It's interesting. You can tell Andy definitely likes Wendy because he's like, oh, we're gonna talk more about this again later. It's definitely given like, I don't want to have to talk about it, but this is a huge thing, so we definitely need to talk about it. So I guess we're gonna need to talk about it. Now, there is one thing I want to quickly show you guys before we move on and move away from the Wendy of it all. I want to show you guys this. So Gizelle basically had some words to tell TMZ, and I'm like, honey, all right, let's go.
Said, you know, she didn't take that plea deal. So, you know, the fans are like, wait a minute, Wendy, you better take a plea deal if they ask you, girl. She should. Is that kind of like a forewarning to Wendy? Like, girl, take that plea deal if they're going to offer it to you?
Yes.
I know we all don't know. We're all just waiting. But is that like kind of like a telltale sign? Like, maybe you should take a plea deal if they offer it.
I'm sure she should.
Maybe
Not maybe.
time or no.
For definitely.
For definitely. Definitely.
Well, you heard it here. Gizelle is basically letting the people know if Wendy is offered a plea deal, Wendy needs to take the deal. Now, I do not blame you. All know I've already talked about it before, where I said with all of the things these people seem to have against Wendy, I'm gonna need Wendy to figure out if they're offering her a deal and what kind of deal they are offering her and try to negotiate a decent deal. Because for now, it's not looking good. And the kind of things that are likely to even come out after that, yeah, you don't want to spend years in jail if you do not have to. If, for instance, they want to give you, I don't know, a year, 6 months with some probation because this is your first offense and you ain't never done anything like that before, sister, you better take it. You best take it, especially if you know that you did what they said you did. But it seems like these people really want to try them and use them as a public example. So they may not offer them a good deal. But I'm hoping that whoever their lawyers have like some good dealings or good rapport with the DA's office. Maybe they can offer them something less extensive, something that is less than a year. It's not looking good, but I'm hoping that they can at least offer them something. If they can offer them something, that would be good. Okay, so I do want to let's move on to Stacey and Tia for a second, and then I will show you guys a trailer of Real Housewives of Potomac part 2. But for a second, let me just show you all this. This is the bit that everyone keeps missing. So a lot of people were like, oh, Tia and Stacey's Tia is getting caught up in all of that. No, Tia had an issue when Stacey tried to make it seem like she was the one lying. Here is the thing: it's one thing for somebody to lie, it's another thing for someone to lie on you and gaslight you and make it seem like you are the one lying on her. That is diabolical. That is disgusting. If someone did that to y'all, you guys would be pissed. But because a lot of y'all don't like Tia because she is friends with Gizelle, you guys automatically interpret that to mean that she is having, or she has issue with Stacey because of that. Put yourself in Tia's shoes. Someone said something. Instead of them owning what they said, they made it seem and called you out as you are the liar. That is crazy work. I don't know. I know y'all like her, but that is nasty work.
The minute you got caught out, you lied on me.
Exactly. So it's like, that is exactly right. The minute you got called out, you lied on Tia. And so I think I wish that everyone would just hold everyone accountable. The way we've held Gizelle accountable, Ashley, for different things over the years, the way we have talked about Wendy, held her accountable for different things over the years, and the rest of the castmates, including Angel. We have held Angel's feet to the fire. I wish that the people would hold Stacey accountable for the way Stacey shows up, for the way Stacey is constantly lying unprovoked. Why are you lying about a divorce? Why are you lying and making it seem like Tia was the one who was lying on you when you were lying, right? Just own it, take accountability, move on, and do better, right? And so I just feel like I wish that, yes, you can love someone, you can like someone. I like Stacey. I think she's great for the show. However, that does not stop me from holding her accountable. I like everybody on the show to varying degrees. I say that because sometimes they annoy me, but whatever the case may be, I call everybody out. If I see that you're lying and I catch you in the lie, guess what? I will talk about the lie. Let's see what the people are saying. I like Stacey, but no one holds her to the fire because she's a fan favorite. If it had been Mia or Gizelle, everyone would have been on their head. No one holds her accountable because of her humor. I'm like that because that's exactly how I feel. You all are so busy defending Stacey's shenanigans that you missed her watch Andy straight in the face until she was the one that filed for divorce. And then producers show us the divorce papers that Timo is the plaintiff. You all are some real groupies. That girl can lie. Yes, she can. Someone said, let this be Stacey's final season. This person is tired. I agree with Tia. I still don't understand Stacey's anger towards Tia. I'm a fan of Stacey and she was wrong here. Thank you. These are the kind of fans I like. Fans that would own up that they like somebody, but you are wrong. Like, you can like somebody but still think they are wrong. You don't have to ride for everything someone does. They can be wrong. See, leave Tia off next season. Nobody can make me hate Stacey. She's so unbothered. She's so unbothered, but she's a liar. Y'all can't make me hate Stacey. Nobody's saying she hates Stacey. Call Stacey out on her wrong. That is it. Now, Stacey, Timo was the plaintiff. I like you, but come on, you ain't got to lie, Craig. So he filed for divorce. Why does she keep lying? This is the thing. It's like, why do we keep Mia be lying, Stacey be lying? Okay. Simple. Yes, I agree with all of the ones that I liked or talked about, except I think maybe one or two. But yeah, the ones that I talked about and liked, you all know. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. Do you guys think that people do not hold Stacey accountable because they like Stacey? Or do you think that people hold Stacey accountable? What do you guys think? Do you guys think Stacey's a liar? Do you care whether she lies or not? Or you don't give a dang? Let me know. Okay, and for those who say things like, oh, Stacey's lie doesn't impact somebody, actually, it did impact Tia. Because for you to then say something to Wendy and say it in front of Tia that gives the impression that Tia was lying when she was not, gives the impression that you're trying to portray Tia as a liar, which she is not, right? At least not in this situation, he hasn't lied. Not the way you lie, left, right, center, right? So just saying. Anyone here? No, I called out both of them when I went and I did a breakdown of that clip. Go and watch some of my previous videos. I'm not going to repeat it over here.
Do you regret kicking Tia out?
No.
Okay.
I guess it's done. She does not regret it. She stands by it. It is what it is. I definitely think that Stacey needed a scapegoat, and Tia was that scapegoat because Ashley has treated her terribly. Gizelle has, all these other people have, and she has never opened her mouth to speak to them the way she spoke to Tia. Now, it could also be, you know how sometimes after you feel like everyone has been piling on you, the last person that comes all of a sudden, you unleash everything on them. So it could also be that. Now, I definitely think that I wish that Stacey would be a little bit more honest. Like, if she comes back next season, still be humorous. It's wonderful, fantastic, but chill on the lies. The lies are not necessary. Standing your truth. You don't want, my husband ain't ready to see you right now. He ain't ready to see you right now. That is okay. That is fine. There's no need to pretend like he is ready to see you when he ain't, right? So that's one thing I would say. I just hope that she would come back a lot more wholesome than she has been so far. But guys, please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that like button. Okay, so I do have a few more bits to go through, and then we will call it a day. So Stacey expected support from Gizelle about the TJ situation.
Go ahead, Angel. What you were saying was good. Go ahead.
Wendy was like, what you were saying was good. Go ahead, Angel. This is the thing. I feel like Kiana, Angel would thrive on the show without Kiana. I think that Kiana was barely standing in for her friend, which is just like, what kind of friend are you? And you guys know I've said this over and over again. If I brought my friend onto a platform like this, at least I will help her swim. I will not see her drowning and not at least throw her a life jacket, try to pull her out. It felt like Angel was practically drowning this season and Kiana was mute. And I feel like the way everything even started out, I think that Kiana set her up for failure with the way she had such an issue with Wendy. And then Angel felt like she had to have an issue with Wendy. And the way it felt like Kiana was always adding some sauce into stuff, wanted Angel to pipe up when it was not necessary for her to pipe up rather. It's definitely giving like, honey, yeah, I don't know what's going on, but this ain't it.
Angel.
Well,
No, I don't want you to
cut her
cut
off.
off.
Let me
Yeah.
answer you when she finishes.
No,
her
no, you
answer.
were talking. Go ahead.
No, I'm
Angel.
talking now. So
Okay, Kiana. Oh, low key. I'm never one to like want someone to lose their job, but if Kiana did not come next season and Angel came, I think Angel would have such a good time on the show.
Okay.
what I wanted to say to Angel too, just before
That's the thing. It's given that Kiana is Angel's leader, and that's the problem. That is so odd. And the funny thing is, Kiana be so mute when the people are coming for Angel, which is the weirdest thing. Because it's like, you have so much energy and vim towards Angel, but then, which I just find so weird, right? But then when Angel is getting clapped on by the rest of the people, you don't chime in. But you have so much energy whenever Wendy is involved, whenever it seems like Wendy and Angel are now starting to get to some sort of resolve, you chime in and jump in with your little 2 cents. That is disruptive. So Angel, now this is a class act. I gotta give you your props for this. I love how you accepted Kiana's apology, then flipped it back to what you were saying about Wendy, because that is the way you handle a reunion. That is the way you get a resolve done. Okay. And so I love that she then flipped it back, because I felt like it was starting to look like that was not going to be flipped back and it was not going to end well at all. So I love that she's like, nah, bro, let's flip that back and let's have the conversation. Good on you, Angel.
Think that I was changing my energy in an effort to, I don't know,
Acquiesce a little bit.
yeah.
Go ahead, Angel.
Exactly, right? And I love that she owned it, because looking back, it looks crazy, sis. It looks like you are running it back, trying to stir up and make it seem like, oh, hey, nothing happened, blah blah blah, when a whole lot happened, right? So it's definitely given a lot of like, it's definitely given a whole lot of, I'm making it seem like, I'm good with you when I'm not good, and I'm trying to stir up ish in the backgrounds. Like, I love that Angel just owned it. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good, and that's just that, right? So that's where I'm at with it. But let me know what you guys think. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and turn on your notifications so you know every single time that I post or go live. Now, there is one last thing that I want to do before we call it a day on the Potomac. I want to show you guys this part 2 trailer. Of course, I have to keep pausing, like, not the stole Greg from his. Oh my gosh. If that is true, that would explain why Kiana is okay with my picture, my frame. Okay. That is why she's okay with that picture frame, because she knows that it's going to take a while. She has to prove that she is ready to be a wife if you took him from his previous wife. Okay. So maybe there's some truth to that. I do not know. I guess we'll find out at the reunion, or not, because Kiana will probably lie.
You got 15 minutes. Please don't waste it on me.
Did you
Oh, okay.
date Chris Samuels?
That's just not true. I want to show this to you.
Oh my gosh. What is Monique coming up with? Monique is bringing the receipts. That's what it's looking like. Well, okay. So this is definitely looking like one of their best reunions in a while. I feel like the reunion is better than the whole show, if I had to say so myself. I think they did their big one on this reunion. I cannot wait to enjoy and watch part 2 when it comes out. But you guys, let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, share, hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you think in the chat. And I'll speak to you guys later. Bye.